And if so, might there be an extraterrestrial connection behind the secrets of the pyramids? Gebel Park, Northern Sudan. Tamil Nadu, Western India. The Temple of Earth, Southeast Iraq. From the ziggurats of ancient Babylon to the temples of the Kush Kingdom, pyramids dating as far back as 3000 BC exist throughout the world.
Pyramids come in many different shapes and sizes. In Mexico, for instance, you get circular pyramids and step pyramids. And even in Uxmal, in the Yucatan Peninsula, the corners of it are curved.
In India, the pyramids are so very, very high, straight up.
Why so much attention? Why so much attention? Why us? We're this little speck on the outskirts of the galaxy. Just this little solar system. Well, galactic and intergalactic travel has existed in our universe for 4.4 billion years. Now, Denny was linear time. That's the only way now. Many of the extraterrestrial groups that were leaving from their respective star systems, they would pass through our sector of our galaxy. They would always stop here on Earth. Why? It's beautiful. It's got an abundance of water, which is very rare in our galaxy. It has vegetation and life forms, unlike most other places. And not only that, it was far enough away that they could literally do anything they wanted, and nobody would say anything. It was like a retreat. And they would fly through here, stay 50 years, which is, if you live a lifespan of several thousand years, it's still begin. Even though it's 50 years to us, it's almost a lifetime. And they would just play off. Genetically alter this, genetically alter that. They would pick up other life forms as they were exploring. They would drop them off and see if they would evolve here, if they could exist. They tinkered. They did all kinds of things. Now, ETs don't value gold and silver or diamonds. They're not into that. What they're into are genetics. That's their valuables. Life. And we're now moving in that direction ourselves, as scientists. Okay. Well, what's happened is, according to the Andromedans, us, Terrans, Earth human beings, physical forms that we now have ourselves, is a direct result of genetic manipulation of at least 22 different races, extraterrestrial races, who tinkered with us. This is why we have approximately 22 different body types on the planet. Now, when I'm talking about body types, different physical and genetic, chemical structural makeups on the planet. There are 22. This is why we have so many different races that have different physical features. Now, because of this manipulation, what's happened is that we, as a planetary race, have become this like Heinz 57. We have inside of us the genetic as well as racial memories of at least 22 different extraterrestrial races. Which means that we can physically bond or give birth or create with almost any specific species out there, with exception of the rays. Well, actually, to some degree, we can with rays, and the insectoid races. We can't be with that. But we can with almost any other form, including reptilian. Just a few alterations in our DNA, and it's done. We're the only ones. Now, this is also the only planet in our galaxy where you have so many different races together. Now, what's happened, and I'll give the example of Andromeda. The Andromedans are a human race, but they have been so pure, so clean in their DNA, in their genetic melding with the same race, that they are now starting to see signs of genetic breakup. In other words, the line is starting to show some genetic weakness. The Pleiades will experience this in a million years. They will start to see it. The Greys are already experiencing it. And there are other races as well, primarily human races, where this is happening, where the genetic material is starting to break down because of so much interbreeding within the same race, the same family. Follow me so far? There's only one race that can add this genetic boost, the new genetic material to help them. It's us. But they can't use our DNA, they can't use our physical structures because of our consciousness. We vibrate at such a low level. They can't use it. Plus, they just can't come down here and steal it like the Greys do, because it's a violation of free will. Which is the number one law. Do not violate free will. Number two, do not interfere or intervene with the evolved race unless you are asked. Of course, we haven't. We haven't in the last 5,000 years. Majorly, as a human race. So, this is why there's so much tension here. Now, the negative forces, and I include the world government in this, are doing everything they can to keep us down, to keep us negative, to keep us divided, warring with each other, all of that. They're doing an excellent job. The benevolent ones, however, want us to come together as a race. They want us to move into an unconditional love or an unconditional responsibility space. But they have to do it in such a way that we think it's our idea. Because they can't violate our free will. Does everybody follow that so far? So, it's a hell of a situation. It's really complicated. I wish I could say it's black and white, and there it is, but it isn't. It's a very complicated thing. Now, because of the Grey intervention, and because our government, basically the secret government, sold us out, it has forced all of us to evolve now, instead of on a planetary level, on an individual level. Where each one of us has to go inside, and we have to look at ourselves and say, what am I doing with my life? Is this really what I want to do? Am I really happy with all this?
We didn't come easy yet. I'll see why the fuck not. All this later. Starting off easy with your boy Mickey T, everything is energy frequency and language. This was confirmed when they discovered the observer effect. They noticed the double slit experiment. And it's all about the quantity of the slits, all about the quality. So the double slit experiment is they fired a light source at two slits, and when these two slits they bounced off of each other when they weren't watching it, and it created this pattern here. And then something weird happened. Because they couldn't figure out why it created this interference pattern, they decided to observe it. Lo and behold, observing the experiment created the two lines, essentially meaning when you're watching it, that it's localized, and when you're not looking, it's just a waves fellow space. And this is Max Planck. We've covered him before. If you're new here, he's widely considered the father of quantum theory. He said that everything that's derived as matter comes from consciousness. So basically, everything is outwardly projected from consciousness. And if you're into metaphysics, you'll know that Walter Russell says that everything from consciousness comes from light, and that we're constantly fluctuating between various hues of light. Therefore, we've got Nikola Tesla, Max Planck, and Walter Russell. Did you know who else said everything was made of light? Here's a reminder to save this for later, and yeah, dude, you know me. And you know what white light's made up of? All of the colors. If you're into the mystical mumbo jumbo, she's also considered your aura. Here in the
Hey,
different
what's
bodies that
going
we
on,
have
man?
associated with each color of the rainbow. Now, going back to everything being a projection of
Oh,
light,
same old
the
thing,
way the
getting
universe
attacked
operates
as
like
usual.
this, so it's not just about light, it's about dark. You know, you're wrong. Christianity says the word is God. Hindus think
Oh,
Om is
they're
the sound of the
attacking my
universe.
door right
And would you
now.
look at that? Om, Amen, Amen. Hindus, Christians, Muslims,
Really
all singing
bad.
from the same hymn sheet. It's like Buddhism, total G, by the way. So you have the duality of light and sound, which creates the reality around us, which means that. And everyone talks about telepathy.
I'm trying to over vibrate them.
Now everyone thinks that 9 is the top consciousness, everything is 9, 3 is the 3D realm of living, and then there's 2 of 3D.
They don't give me a break, man. I need a break from
So if
stuff.
you're familiar with Billy Carson, you must have video for Vietnam here. You know the power of love. Have you seen the Anchor's video on that guy? You know the book? In order to know the power of this, you think really like this. There is just one word here, but every time I read it, David Harrison is divided into function. So no one else needs double-digit dimensions. That's what it is. So basically, God has information. You see, you and the light is made of various different emotions, experiences, and communications, how you interact with it, the lower you are, the lower you are. The easier it is to interact with it. There's no sense of oneness, rather. So when you go out of the place, that's also because if there's light, because everything comes from consciousness, this is how you guys yourself, that you gain shadow and that's you also have external factors, consciousness and consciousness. And all of these are constantly influencing your reality. All of these influences and judgment are constantly affecting this and removing up and down this. And because everything is a projection from the brain, as you can see, all of this in form of light and sound, the body is then processing that light and sound through
Yeah,
hormones.
all these damn computers attack us.
When people do continue to defeat their shadows, that's actually really bad. You can see one picture screen and you want to go watch the video. This is all you must do. Accept your shadow, love it for the others, according to how you can love, so you can yourself. As realizing that each one of these layers that represent things interacting with reality and comes constantly influencing this and thought, chemical, neurotransmitters, your gut firing, because everything that's real has a vibration, has light, sound, physical matter, and then everything that you consume, how you intend with it, think of it, that all determines where you will feel here. And pure Tao is essentially enlightenment. Enlightenment is pure simplicity. You yourself are unequivocally living in gratitude, living in love, not in if you want to go down this, there's layers to creation and each body. That's gone through celibacy, that's gone through vegetarianism, that's gone through the science of phenomena, for this mission. Because when this is the masculine and feminine, the pure and feminine energy is nature of everybody. It's just a human being, has a profound effect on the body, and it's not for everybody to have to do what's pure and what it means to be human. We try to do this in the body. And so if you open up in the meaning of it, and this is where the cycle of the superheroes and the cycle of there's no evil in people barriers. If you want to open them with attitude of it, and the first part, you understand everything. Because everything is connected and direct projection, you have to understand that everything is a projection of your internal reality. You can relationship with other people. But therefore, to do that, that's the case. Because we are the receiver between 9 and 3, so we are transmitting 6. You understand 6? You put a projection out to 6, but the universe will reflect it back to your mind. That's how it works. We are transmitter and the receiver. Our mind is an antenna. Inside the light matrix, which is coming from pure consciousness and these are the layers of consciousness. Actually, dealing with it is easier. This mentality, dialogue, sleep, well, conversation, positive words, and shit out of each other. Ultimately, all I did was sleep and sense of security, and really sense of security and realize that everybody is that's it. Everything's like this, and you can control it. specialist. It's a 6.5, 7 minute video.
You can feel the rage coming in. I can feel it very good too. The magnet's fucking good.
The man knew what he was talking about. He said, you're going to light yourself up and you turn on the switch. Look at Revelation 2:7. Where we're at, okay? To him that has an ear, that can hear what the Spirit is saying unto the churches. Let me tell you something right
Right
now.
there.
Not churches as you know churches. There were no churches. That word churches means those 7 chakras. This is for the 7
I'm getting
chakras.
angry that I can feel it.
This is for the 7 chakras. This is what's being spoken to you, to the desire aspect. Where is the book of Revelation coming up? They're written within, and on the backside, too, with 17. The message is going to you, to you. To him that overcomes, I will give to eat of the tree of life. What is the tree of life? Tree of life. So let me show you something about the tree of life for the people. The product means touching him with the right hand, and it means operating and opening the pineal gland to raise yourself to the right hemisphere of the brain. Okay? Now we're talking about, now that's how you begin to understand that all of this is in here. None of this is on a planet somewhere. None of this is in a church somewhere. None of this is a religious experience somewhere. Where is it? Okay? We're talking about the tree of life. Okay? We're talking at the right hemisphere of the brain. Now, what does it say in Revelation 2:7? To him that overcomes will I give to eat of the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of God. Now, what we should do is try to locate that, and so we see. Let's go to page 2 in your Bible, which is the book of Genesis. All right? Go to Genesis chapter 2. So let's look and see what the tree of life is. Genesis chapter 2 and verse 8. And the Lord God planted a garden where? Eastward. Whenever you look north, east is on the right side. There's a reason he put it eastward. He could have put it westward. He could have put it southward, northwestward, southwestward. He put it east. Everything in the Bible is east. Because when you're looking to the north, east is up the right side. East is the point of the rising sun. East is the right hemisphere of the brain. 90% of your brain is dormant. It is located on the east side. You're using the west side, which is the Pakasta side, and that's why everything is true. So what is it? Now, okay, so we played the garden. Now look what it says in Revelation, in Genesis chapter 2.
They're trying to get me to drop the magnet.
Genesis chapter 2, verse 8. The Lord God created a garden
Pathetic.
in me to put them in. And out of the ground made the Lord God every tree, verse 9, and the tree of life also was in the midst of the garden. And where was the tree of life? The garden was
2.46.
located on the right side. And what does it say in Revelation we just read? To him that overcomes, I will give to eat of the tree of life. To him that overcomes the lower mind, I will give to take of that which comes from the higher dwelling places, from the garden which grows at the right. Understanding, wisdom, enlightenment. Basically, that's what it is. The book of Revelation chapter 2. I want to give you an idea of in the Bible of another little story that kind of will show this to you. If you look at page 855 in those little Bibles, go to Luke.
The Wi-Fi may get a little wacky.
Matthew, Mark, Luke chapter 19.